You think you're too smart for certain people. Maybe you're too intuitive, too experienced. Narcissists, especially covert narcissists, manipulate even the smartest people. I know because I dealt with a covert narcissist myself. In fact, I've dealt with a couple of covert narcissists. I didn't even think that they existed. I didn't know what a covert passive-aggressive narcissist was because they come at you with kindness, with charm. They act like the victim. They act like they're the sweetest, kindest, most wonderful people in the world. They act like they're wounded. They act like they are humble even. And the rest of the world thinks that they're wonderful people. You end up thinking that you're the crazy one. And you're kind of like trying to explain yourself all the time. You're second guessing yourself constantly, wondering how could somebody who seems so nice constantly make you feel like you're so small. So today I'm going to break down how covert narcissists trick even nicest people, the smartest, the strongest people, and how you can spot it and stop it so that you can take control of your confidence, your reputation, and your life. I'm an attorney. I'm a globally recognized narcissist negotiations expert. I've dealt with high conflict negotiations for more than 20 years in the courtroom, in the boardroom, in mediations, and I'm a best-selling author of a book, Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with Narcissists and Win. And I've really dedicated my life to this now because I've really spent decades helping people because I've seen this in all sorts of situations, divorce, businesses, families. I've seen it wreck people's lives, take people's money, all sorts of situations. It causes so much damage. So really, this is what I dedicate my life to now because I don't want you to deal with this. This is so much more insidious than the loud, obvious ones that people can see right away. So if you're new here, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell because these are the ones that you never see coming until you're already hooked in, dragged in, sucked in. And I really want to help change this. All right. So if you're ready to stop being manipulated and start with strategy, hit subscribe, turn on those notifications, and stick around because every single day I'm releasing brand new content. I want you to reclaim your power. So why are covert narcissists so hard to spot? Well, they don't show up with arrogance or aggression. They show up with self-deprecation, soft smiles, victim stories, passive aggression, digs. They're like kind of like harmless. They actually seem very, very sweet at the beginning. Maybe little, oh, they say things that kind of like, what was that they just said? You know, like you're not really quite sure where that came from because they just really seem like they're so nice all the time. They smile, they're kind of giving, everybody else thinks they're so wonderful, and they hide it all behind what we call plausible deniability. And what does that mean, plausible deniability? That means that while they look so nice to everybody, they're doing things that are kind of like, well, they can deny it because it's like they can just say, well, I didn't mean that. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh, I can't believe you took it that way. I can't believe that I left you off that email chain. Wow, that was so inadvertent. I just must have forgotten. Put your name on that. I can't believe you didn't show up for that meeting. I meant to put you on there. And it's always like very inadvertent, like, oh, I meant to say that, but it's like a hurtful thing. I would never, really want to have myself in the spotlight. You be in the spotlight, you be in the spotlight. So they look like they're the humble one, but they're actually the one who really wants that. And so behind the scenes, they're actually very, very jealous. There's a put down there. You're the one who is the one who wants the spotlight all the time. That's not me. And so then it becomes like, oh, what, they think that I'm hogging the spotlight. It's like that sort of thing. Like there's always sort of like this kind of underlying, did they actually just put me down? Congratulations, you got that big job. That's really amazing that you were able to achieve that, considering, your background and all. And so there's sort of like this sort of double-edged sword to everything that they say, where you kind of think, are they giving me a compliment, or was there kind of a something underneath there? And so there's always sort of like this plausible deniability, where when you go to tell somebody about it, they think, well, it doesn't seem so bad, right? But you just always know that when you're around them, you feel like there's something there, because there's always sort of like a little bit of put down, and you just don't feel very good when you're around them. And it's very, very subtle. It's very subtle. There's something underneath your gut where you just know that it's not harmless, but there's not enough there to really share it. And so there's a red flag that you know when your gut something's wrong, that the hair on the back of your neck tells you, but it's not bad enough that you think, well, should I leave this relationship? Should I get out of this job? Should I not be in this situation? It's not overt. It's not like, wow, this person's beating me. They're, putting their hand to me. They use this wounded vulnerability a lot of times. They come in damaged, broken, fixing. They might tell you that they're misunderstood. Maybe they need saving. And that's how they maybe bring you into their trap. If you see somebody who's acting fragile, that might be a red flag, okay? A lot of times they use subtle criticism disguised as humor. Wow, you're so brave for wearing that. I could never pull that off. Something like that. Wow, I could never say anything like that, but good for you for being able to say something like that. Kind of like a snarky thing, like kind of dressed up as sass. It's meant to make you question yourself, but they don't have to take accountability for it.
Narcissists have a confession to make, and that is that they are way more afraid of you than you are of them, especially in court cases, mediation cases, or any kind of cases where you have to negotiate with them. But you know what? I have a confession to make too. I'm sick and tired of these people bullying you and making you feel exhausted and paying way too much in attorney's fees and dragging you through the mud. My name is Rebecca Zung, and I'm an attorney. I've been recognized by U.S. News as one of the best lawyers in America. And in fact, I was so sick and tired of these people bullying you that I started studying narcissism so that I could beat them in the courtroom. And now I'm here to make the case so that you can win too. I developed a 4-part proven blueprint that has helped tens of thousands of people take back their freedom, win, and get back their power. And now I'm sharing it with you in a special live event, Outsmart the Narcissist, the 4-part proven plan to take back your power. 4 simple steps, 1 free live event, 1 free hour of your life. That's what stands between you being in hell and you being free. Join me, click the link for Outsmart the Narcissist, the 4-step proven plan to take back your power. Just click the link and let's go.
The other thing you see with the covert narcissist is they take the high road, but they then weaponize it. Wow, I would never say that about you, even though I heard people say things like that. Or I'll just stay quiet and take the blame like I always do. They make it sound selfish or selfless rather. It's actually emotional manipulation designed to make you feel guilty. There's like this thing where you're kind of, that you're supposed to feel this guilt. Okay. And if you guys have seen this so far, I want to know exactly what you guys have experienced so far. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what you guys have experienced so far. in the comments. Drop them in the comments. Give me examples of what you guys have seen so far in the comments. And if you guys are so over it, I want you to put "so over it" in the comments too. And the next thing is like backdoor smear campaigns. So the way that I call it backdoor smear campaigns, is sort of like, oh, I'm so concerned. I'm concerned about Johnny. He's been late so much more than he's been at work. I'm just worried because, that's not like him to be late so often. He's usually on time, and I'm just worried about him. And, this is somebody who probably wants his job or something like that. So, he or she is angling for it. It's not a way to start drama directly, but to kind of like start dropping seeds, planting seeds. Oh, I'm not sure if you can trust her. I hate to spread gossip. I'm not one to do that, but I probably shouldn't say this, but heard some whispers. They just sort of try to control the narrative, but without getting caught. Add some little things in there, right? And by the way, if you want some phrases for disarming narcissists, go to disarmthenarc.com and get some free phrases for disarming narcissists that I have for you. It will help you have some phrases at the ready for yourself so that you can just like feel powerful. You don't feel like you're caught off guard. It would be really helpful for you to just have a few in your back pocket, for your emails, for your text messages, whatever. Just go to disarmthenarc.com and grab those. And then the next thing is love bombing with strings attached. Okay. So they go out of their way to support you. Like they give gifts, they shower praise on you. But every compliment becomes like currency, like they want something in return. So everything is transactional for a narcissist. So if they give, they expect in return, and they expect tenfold in return, right? If you don't pay, then you're going to feel the wrath. But if they put in, they're taken back. If there's a deposit, they expect a massive withdrawal. They want loyalty. They want control. If they don't get it, then, here comes the smear campaign. Here comes the wrath. That's when you definitely are going to need those phrases for disarming the narcissist. All right. Because they're designed to neutralize what's going to happen so that you don't have to worry about more fuel. Here are some ways to protect yourself from a covert narcissist. Number one, do not explain yourself. Covert narcissists want you to defend your actions so they can poke holes in your logic. Stop giving them material. Instead of defending, right? I always say never jade. I always wear jade, but never jade, never justify, argue, defend, or explain. Instead of defending, say, oh, that works for me. This is what I've decided. All right, leave it there. Thanks for the feedback. Oh, that's an interesting perspective. All right, you know what? If somebody's pushing and there's nothing there to push back at, what are they going to do? Right? Number two, hold boundaries without emotion. Just, they're going to guilt trip. They're going to cry. They're going to pout. Don't bite. Right? When kids have tantrums, you just look at them and while they're having a tantrum on the floor and you just go, okay, you done yet? Just stay calm, stay neutral, stay firm. Just say, I understand you feel that way. Okay. This is still my boundary. Thank you. Watch them when you disagree. So I always say, start looking at them as if you are observing, as if you are watching the news. You never explain, justify, or overshare. You just start observing them as if you are watching the news. And this is where they start baiting you, trying to trigger you. You don't try to understand. You don't try to get in there, because disagreement is where that mask comes off and that narcissism shows through, especially with a covert narcissist. Watch that mask fly off. Have you guys ever seen that nice mask fly off when you're dealing with a covert narcissist? I'd love to know in the comments. Let me know what happened when you said no to them. What did they do? Put it in the comments. Your story could end up being the one that really helps somebody. So go ahead and put that in the comments and help open somebody's eyes. All right. You don't have to fall for them. You don't have to fall for their charm. You don't have to be part of it. You don't have to engage with them. All right. You definitely don't have to justify their instincts. You don't have to be a part of it. Covert narcissists are counting on you to be involved and to be part of their kindness. Once you learn how they operate, that kindness becomes their strength, not weakness. So don't engage with them. All right. And if this video gave you clarity, give it a like, give it a share, help somebody who needs it, and make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss what's coming next. If you're a renter, you have to hear this. We rack up points on groceries, travel, practically everything else. But rent, until recently, that was just money out the door, but not anymore. With Built, paying rent finally pays off. There's no cost to join, and just by paying rent, you unlock flexible points that can be transferred to your favorite hotels, airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. When you pay rent through Built, you unlock two powerful benefits. First, you earn industry's most valuable points on rent every month, no matter where you live or who your landlord is. Your rent now works for you. Second, you gain access to your exclusive neighborhood benefits in your city. Built's neighborhood benefits are things like extra points on dining out, complimentary post-workout shakes, free mats or towels at your favorite fitness studios, and unique workout experiences that only Built members can access. And when you're ready to travel, Built points can be converted to your favorite miles and hotel points around the world, meaning your rent can literally take you places. So if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, what are you waiting for? Start paying rent through Built and take advantage of your neighborhood benefits by going to joinbuilt.com/negotiate. That's joinbilt.com/negotiate. Make sure to use our URL so that they know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/negotiate to sign up for Built today. Have you been looking for a natural way to relieve aches or discomfort or stress? CBD gummies from Cornbread Hemp are formulated to work with your body instead of against it. I have really close family members and friends who have dealt with stress or health issues, really severe health issues, and I have seen this work amazing miracles for them. And what I love about their products is that not only does it help relieve discomfort or stress or sleeplessness, but they're actually third-party lab tested and USDA approved, and they're organic, so they ensure safety and purity. And right now, Negotiate Your Best Life podcast listeners can save 30% on their first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/negotiate and use the code negotiate at your checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/negotiate and use the code negotiate. When I first launched my store at shop.rebeccazung.com, I needed a simple way to manage online and in-store sales. Shopify Point of Sale made it seamless. Shopify POS connects everything online and in-store into one system. Customers shop how they want, and my team always has the tools to get the sale done. It's proven to work. Shopify POS users see a 22% better total cost of ownership and an 8.9% sales boost on average. Want more? Check out shopify.com/negotiate, all lowercase, shopify.com/negotiate. And if you want to go even deeper into how narcissists operate under the radar, make sure that you watch the next video, which is the most dangerous trait that no one talks about, the most dangerous narcissist trait that no one talks about. It's the one that keeps even the smartest people stuck. And remember that today is a great day to start negotiating your best life, all right? And it starts by seeing through their games, even when they're wrapped in that narcissist smile. Right? I will see you in that next video.